everybody? Another beautiful night in Florida. I'm on my way home from work, and I got something I want to talk about. I want to talk about rider etiquette, I guess you could call it. Saw a video today. I was watching a vlog today and talking about Harley riders. Harley riders don't wave. Well, that's a very small majority of them. And those are weekend riders. Those aren't true riders. I myself, I ride a Harley. Wave at everybody. Sport bike, trike, Can-Am Spider, well, not a slingshot. That's a car. It doesn't matter. If you're on two wheels, except mopeds and scooters, that's a little freaky. But I'll wave to you, because I know the inherent dangers that we take riding. I get a lot of sport bikes. I'll wave at them, and they just kind of look at me like I'm crazy. I don't know. I guess it's because I have respect for the rider, or I have respect for knowing what we go through when we ride. These sport bikes, not saying all of them, but I see a lot of them. I mean, they know two speeds that stop and flat out. And, the whole thing is to enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. Make sure you get there in one piece. And, you're able to enjoy another ride. So, that's my thing about that. Yes, Harley Davidson is a brand. The bikes themselves, in certain categories, really can't compete with some of the other bikes. But it's a brand. It's a lifestyle. And that's what a lot of people buy into. And yes, I see the people who buy Harleys. They wear suits during the week. Then they want to get on their bike on the weekend, and they're the biggest, baddest bikers around. Well, $15,000 bike, just a little over 2 years now, and I've put over 20,000 miles on it. When I bought this bike, this is an '05 Sportster XLC. I bought this bike in 2014 with less than 3,000 miles on it. So that tells me that whoever owned this bike was a weekend rider, if that. So I ride every single day, and they respect other riders for the most part. Now, don't get me wrong, every category of bike riders has got their own little niche, their own little cliques. I myself, personally, hey man, if it's got two wheels you want to ride, let's roll. As long as we're not doing 30 miles an hour, we're good. I mean, those little Honda Grooves, man, those are cool looking little bikes. And, man, those things are awesome looking. They're a cool little bike. And, you got one, ride it till the wheels fall off. I know I have seen people and pulled up at places with these people on these Gold Wings and the Hondas and the big touring bikes. They don't want anything to do with you because you don't have a Gold Wing. Yeah, I've seen that. When I stop at a gas station, somebody's on a bike. Depending on what unless if I've got time to go over and talk to them, I'm gonna go over and talk to them. Hey man, nice ride. I don't know all of the different metric bikes, and I don't know all the Harleys. But, you know, but that's the thing, man. We got to respect each other, respect the road, respect the ride. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the ride, man. You know, I know guys on Harleys that, you know, they only know 2-speed, stop and flat out. You go to do a ride with them, and, you know, you're trying to keep, you know, you're riding out, and then next thing you know, you look down at the speedometer, you're doing 100 plus miles an hour. On Facebook, said, basically, you're not a real Harley rider. You know, you don't wear a helmet. You know, you wear a helmet. You don't have a beard. You know, you wear basically full gear. And you know, my response to that is this: is there are people that one, can't grow beards. Two, cannot have a beard. They might be able to have a mustache, but they cannot have a beard because of their job requirements. And I've even seen where they're going to question the manhood of somebody who can't grow a beard. But they say, you know, you're not a real Harley, you know, you're not a true diehard Harley rider if you don't have a beard, you wear a helmet, you wear full gear. Put more Harley riders in bags because of not wearing correct gear. And yes, I know in Florida it is, you know, we don't have a helmet law, you know, unless you don't have a certain amount of medical insurance, you know. So it's the rider's choice if you have that insurance. But man, don't ride without a helmet, guys. I mean, I know everybody's choice, and I'm going to catch flack about it, I'm sure. You know, wear a brain bucket, guys. Please. You know, I've seen the vegetables. But anyway, fellow riders, you know, don't be, you know, oh, don't be a douche, really, is about the best way to put it. You know, be respectful for everybody on the road. Oh, God, I hate that. Oh, son of a gun turned his windshield wiper thing with me behind him. That sucks. Be a douche. Don't, you know, the guy waves at you, wave back. If you see him, wave back. Just be respectful. Have some common courtesy. You know, I know you can't catch every wave. I don't catch every wave. You know, but have some respect for your fellow rider. I guess that's the bottom line that's the main point I'm trying to get across is, you know, have respect for your fellow rider. You know, whether, you know, you ride a Harley, whether you ride a sport bike, whether you ride an Enduro, a Supermoto, an adventure sport, doesn't matter what you ride, unless you ride a moped or you're in a slingshot. Then, yeah, I don't know. That's just, or one of them little scooters. I'm sorry, but I just can't do it. Just respect your fellow riders, and everybody will get along. You know, I'm hoping to see maybe some of the, you know, Chase on Two Wheels, Yummy, Walter, Motornosity, Subdelinquent. I know Downshift lives here somewhere in Florida. You know, I'd love to see everybody get together during Bike Week next year and do a big meetup at Bike Week. You know, there's all kinds of people come for Bike Week, whether you're on a Harley or whether you're on a, you know, whatever you're on. You know, it'd be awesome to get something like that organized do a big day ride out there in Daytona. Just ride up A1A and, right up the coast, man. That'd be a pretty kick-ass. We've got to come together as a community of riders, to get rid of this stereotype that all riders are garbage, trash. We're not. Shoot, I think bikers, whether you're on it doesn't matter whether you ride a metric or you ride a Harley. We as a group are probably the most giving and caring people around. We'll give the shirts off our back to fellow riders and to anything we get behind. So that's where that's at. Well, that's all I got for this little rant today, I guess you could say. Y'all be safe, y'all ride safe, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya!